Welcome to Coin Explorer. Stop for a second and imagine this. You are holding a simple coin, something you might not even think twice about. Yet this small piece of metal carries a story that most people never notice. Today, we are going to explore the 1979 United States quarter dollar in a way that will completely change how you look at coins forever. This is not just about currency. It is about hidden details, overlooked value, and the possibility that something ordinary can become extraordinary. Stay focused, because every part of this video builds towards something surprising. Many people miss important clues simply because they are not paying attention. But you will not make that mistake today. By the end of this video, you will understand this coin better than most people who see it every day. And trust me, there's one detail later that you absolutely do not want to miss. The 1979 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, one of the most recognized coin designs in the United States. On the front, you'll see the profile of George Washington, a symbol of leadership and history. On the back, there's a powerful eagle with its wings spread, representing strength and independence. At first glance, everything about this coin looks standard. Millions of these coins were produced, and they've been used in everyday transactions for decades. That is exactly why most people ignore them. But what if I told you that not all of these coins are the same? What if small details could completely change how this coin is seen? That's where things start getting interesting, because once you begin to notice these differences, you cannot unsee them. Let's start with something simple but very important: the mint mark. This tiny letter on the coin tells you where it was made. Some coins have no mint mark, which usually means they were produced in Philadelphia. Others may have a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. At first, this might seem like a small detail, but collectors pay close attention to it. Certain combinations of mint marks and condition can make a coin more interesting than others. It's like a hidden code that tells part of the coin's story. If you have a 1979 quarter, take a closer look right now. That tiny letter might be more important than you think. And this is just the beginning, because there's much more to uncover. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where things start to change dramatically. A coin that has been used for years will show signs of wear. The details become less sharp, the surface looks dull, and small scratches may appear. These coins are very common and usually stay at face value. But a coin that looks almost untouched is a completely different story. Imagine a coin that still has its original shine, with crisp details and no visible damage. These coins are much harder to find. Collectors call them uncirculated coins, and they're far more desirable. Even a small difference in condition can make a noticeable impact. That is why serious collectors always examine coins very carefully. Another factor that can make a coin stand out is minting errors. These are small mistakes that happen during the production process. Sometimes a coin might be struck slightly off-center. Other times you might see doubling in the design or unusual marks that were not meant to be there. These errors are not common, which is exactly why they attract attention. Each error coin is unique in its own way. If you ever notice something unusual about your coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. Compare it with other coins, because sometimes what looks like a flaw could actually be something collectors are searching for, and that's where things can become really interesting. Here's something that keeps collectors engaged for years: the idea that value is not always obvious. Two coins can look almost identical at first glance, yet one might be far more desirable than the other. This difference often comes down to small details that most people overlook. It could be the sharpness of the design, the presence of a rare feature, or simply how well the coin has been preserved over time. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's not just about what you see, it's about what you notice. And once you train your eye, everything starts to look different. Now let's address something that has captured a lot of attention online. You may have heard claims that a 1979 quarter could be worth as much as $137 million. That number sounds unbelievable, and it definitely grabs attention, but it's important to understand how such figures come into discussion. In the world of collectibles, extremely high values are usually linked to very specific circumstances. These can include unique historical importance, unique of one features, or exceptional condition that is almost impossible to find. These situations are not typical, but they show how far value can go under the right conditions. So while that number is often mentioned, it should always be understood with proper context. For most people, the realistic value of a 1979 quarter remains much lower. Coins that are commonly found in circulation usually stay close to their face value. However, coins that are in excellent condition or have unique features can attract higher interest. These are the coins that collectors look for. Auctions and private sales are where these values are determined. Prices depend on demand, rarity, and overall quality. This is why it's important to stay informed and not rely on assumptions. The more you learn, the better your understanding becomes, and that knowledge helps you make smarter decisions. If you believe your coin might be special, consider having it evaluated by a professional. Grading services can confirm authenticity and assign a condition rating. This adds credibility and helps determine value more accurately. Buyers trust professionally graded coins more than unverified ones. It creates confidence in the market. While this step may not be necessary for every coin, it can be very useful for those with potential. Always choose reputable services to ensure accurate results. One of the most interesting parts of coin collecting is the unpredictability. Sometimes, coins that look ordinary turn out to have something unique. Other times, coins that appear impressive may not hold much value. This balance keeps collectors engaged. It encourages learning and exploration. The 1979 quarter fits perfectly into this idea. It's common, yet full of possibilities, and that's what makes it worth examining. As you continue learning, your perspective will change. You'll start to see details that others miss. You'll understand what makes a coin stand out. This knowledge builds confidence and makes the process more enjoyable. It also helps you avoid common mistakes. Many people overlook important features simply because they don't know what to look for. But once you learn, everything becomes clearer. And that's when collecting becomes truly rewarding. Before we reach the end, remember this: the real value of coin collecting is not just about money. It's about discovery, learning, and appreciation. Every coin has a story. The 1979 quarter is no exception. It may seem ordinary, but it carries history and potential, and sometimes that potential can surprise you. Always stay curious. Always look closer, because the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Now it's your turn. Take a look at your coins and see what you can find. You might discover something you never noticed before. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to stay connected for more content like this. There's always something new to learn, and every detail matters. Keep exploring, keep learning, and never underestimate the value of small things.